Free beer and hot wings in the morning. Grand Rapids rocks all day. 97.9 GRD.
Partly cloudy and mild rain likely, 46 the high. Is it 46 now? No, it is not. It is 33. I was reading a side note there.
Yeah.
One that I'm not going to share with you, but it's very compelling.
Yeah.
There's a law going through right now, or potentially going through the state legislature, about the possibility of making those car-locking breathalyzers more available. Because right now it's something that would be mandated, right? To go in your car, you got a DUI.
Yeah.
But the idea here is to use it as a parenting technique.
Yeah.
A bill that passed the Michigan Senate today aims to give parents more power in making sure teens don't drink and drive. All new at 7, 24-hour News 8's Evan Dean explains the new legislation and what law enforcement is saying about it.
In the state of Michigan, these types of devices are almost only used if the driver has to. The state requires a habitual drunk driver with a restricted license to install an ignition interlock device, which prevents a car from starting if a BAC is .025 or higher. But what about an in-car breathalyzer without a court order? Senator Rick Jones is pushing to make these devices more available. He's heard from parents who want to voluntarily install the devices in their kids' cars. Technically, they already can, but companies who make the breathalyzers are currently required to send data collected from them to the Secretary of State. New legislation would allow companies to make similar devices for parents to purchase without data collection, cutting down on time and costs for the manufacturers and keeping kids' data private and away from the government.
Well, that is.
Jones says the bill, which
I think that's
passed
a good idea.
I think it's a great idea. And because on both counts, I think parents should be able to do that, and I think that should remain within the family. If you're just keeping your kid from doing something stupid, that should be between you and them.
Yeah. Because
the state shouldn't know, oh, hey, we should keep an eye out for this kid because one time he tried to get into a car while he was drinking.
Right.
That's none of their business, big brother.
The Senate unanimously could stop kids from making a life-changing mistake.
I think this sounds like a great idea. It is not feasible for law enforcement to find every young person who's making a bad decision.
Kent County Undersheriff Michelle Young says the devices could help prevent that bad decision. She's already heard parent groups ask for something like this.
They are a few $100s at the lowest. I wonder, do you think that parents will go out, pay for this?
I think some parents will. Yep, I absolutely think some parents would, that this would be a market that parents would be interested in having that extra tool to keep their young person safe.
It'll probably be all the parents, that don't actually have to worry. It'll be the ones that should buy it that won't.
Yeah, probably. I was reading a story the other day. It was a survey of people, of adults, parents in that case, about whether or not their kids have digital privacy when they're, say, 16 and under. So you're paying for their cell phone. Do they have digital privacy? Because I know you're a little early for that yet. Your kids don't have cell phones, but they have internet, and you let them use the iPads. And right now, I'm guessing they don't remotely have digital privacy. And they also probably don't think they do because they're not at an age where they're... But let's say when Grayson and Liam are teenagers or when my boys are teenagers, do you believe they have a right to digital privacy, meaning their own lives that you're not reading? Because you can get all that software that
not
sends
really
it to you.
No,
I don't think so either.
No, I will try to respect most of their privacy. I think they should be entitled to have relationships with, whoever they want in school. Like for me, it was a girlfriend. I guess I don't know their status in the future. I assume girls. But when we were kids, we had to pass notes and stuff. But my parents didn't read that. The communication tool is different, but they should also have the ability to communicate without me looking at all their notes, so to speak.
Yeah, that's the hard part. Because if your mom and dad said, "All right, well, you can talk to this girl you like on the phone or talk to your friends, but know this, whenever we want to, we're going to pick up the other extension of the landline, and we could listen on that conversation," you would have lost your mind, and so would have I.
Yeah.
Because that would have been a huge invasion of privacy. Is it?
I'm just trying. Yes. It is, and it would have certainly felt like it then. especially because for me, I would have known that they could trust me. I knew I wasn't doing anything particularly bad. I wasn't involved in that. I wasn't setting up, thefts or, bullying on the phone. I literally just wanted to talk to girls on the phone.
Right.
So for me, I would have been very angry about that. And maybe they did listen and I just didn't know it.
Yeah.
But I don't think so. I don't think they paid attention. But I think, all we can do, what I've tried to do is just simply start early and try to instill the right types of values. That can change. I mean, you can't control everything as they get older, but hopefully you establish a relationship with them in a way that they know that this is okay, this is not okay.
Yeah.
And
But kids always push the limits. So when
Right.
I was raising my
Well, they
sister
will.
Jasmine, she was a teenager.
They will.
I got her when she was 13, and I had never been a parent before, and I paid for her cell phone bill, but I never went through her phone. I know she's growing up. She's 13. Then, she grew up really fast. And so I almost didn't want to see what was on her phone.
Yeah.
But I do remember. Now, you said it's eavesdropping or it's invasion of privacy if your parents hear your conversation. I was walking down the hallway past her bedroom one night at like midnight, and I was hearing her have a conversation. You ever just walk by something and something just catches your ear? You're like, what? I couldn't have heard that right.
Yeah.
So I kind of stood near her door.
yeah, less than a week ago in Kokomo in the hotel when I heard people doing it in the afternoon.
Right.
Yeah.
So I much like you did, I kind of stood by the door for a couple of seconds, just kind of gather, as much information as I could. And she was having a conversation that I wouldn't want she was 17 at the time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want my 17-year-old daughter, or in this case, my sister, having with a boy.
Yeah.
And so I had to confront her. I knocked on the door and I said, "Hey, who are you talking to?"
But that's different.
Kevin.
That wasn't you. That's different. She knows you
That
can hear
was-
through the
you
door. It's
weren't-
not the same as having spy software on her phone that you went, "Oh, I saw that."
Yeah, you weren't-
She was surprised that I could hear her through the door.
I'm sure she was.
You weren't actively spying.
Now,
but I
Maitland,
think there are times where it's perfectly fine to also actively spy.
Maitland,
when
you're
it's your
20,
kids.
21. How old's your younger sister? Youngest.
I have an 18-year-old sister and a 13-year-old sister.
Okay, so any of your life that's been adulthood or remotely adulthood, it's been in the smartphone world with every social media available, and certainly the same for your sisters.
Yeah.
Did you assume you had like privacy, like digital privacy from your parents?
No,
You didn't.
never.
And they told you wouldn't?
Yeah.
I
My
think,
mom.
To me, that's fair. If you say, "Look, anything you do on that phone, I can see," that's fair. But if you don't tell, and then you're going to get stuff you don't want to know.
Yeah, it was a little frustrating sometimes just because like my mom I should literally have my passwords written down, and then she would also like make her own profile. So once she made her own Twitter, anytime I would say like just anything at all, she would reply to it and just be like, "Oh, because your life is so bad," or like would reply to them.
Oh no!
And just be like her whole Twitter for like a year was just her replying to me and my sister's tweets about anything.
Was just back talk about anything you complained about?
Yep, and she would go back like a year or like 6 months. So like 6 months later, it's like I don't even remember saying that, but she.
Okay, I wouldn't like that.
Yeah, that's a drag.
Yeah,
That's
That was a
crazy.
little much.
yeah, following, yes, commenting.
Your
maybe
mom's
not.
like one of those people that when somebody just begins to get famous, she's the one that goes back and looks at their tweets from 5 years ago to say,
Yeah.
"Oh, well, they made this racist comment back
Yeah,
then."
your mom, Dante DiVincenzo, you, the guy from Villanova, where boy, he shouldn't have said that when he was 16. I don't know. Boy, I'm looking forward to those days, Hot Wings.
Yeah, I can't wait. to
We'll
try
miss
to
the days of now where it's like,
stay
oh,
on top of that.
you want an extra Kit Kat? All right, let's fight about that for a second. Just kidding. Here it is.
Mm-hmm.